Hello. Today I would like to tell you a little bit about Ujjayi Pranayama. And whether you like all the Sanskrit terminology or not, I don't care. I will use them and explain them because I like the sound of them. I just like languages and I like the sound of them. But I will also explain them a lot so that you recognize them, but you can just ignore the whole underlying of Sanskrit. I don't care. As long as you do it, I don't care. Right, what we'll do here today is I will tell you how to do Ujjayi Pranayama first, and then whilst you practice it, I'll tell you a little bit more about how and why and what the hell, okay? So, how to do Ujjayi Pranayama. Basically, we're restricting the airflow in our throat. It's important that you don't do it in your nose, rather in your throat. And the easiest way to get a hang of where you restrict is by imagining your hand as a mirror, okay? And you're trying to cloud this mirror. You've all done it. It's this whole okay? Do it right now. Do it. Exactly. Also, quick side note, do you notice how warm your breath is against your palm? Keep that in mind for later. Anyway, so I want you to do the same thing again, but then whilst you're exhaling, I would like you to close your lips. Okay, let's do it. There you go. That's it. That's all it is. Now, I would like you to do the same with inhaling. Now, that same restriction. Good. Keep practicing. When you start, sometimes the restriction is a little bit too much and your breath is more like and you want to get to okay, it doesn't make that noise. I'm just trying to make it a little bit more obvious. So you want it to be a constant, even airflow, and you don't want to restrict so much that you get panicky. You only restrict it just enough to have a bit more control of your breath. That takes us to why and how and what the hell. So you keep on practicing, okay? Do your deep inhalations with that restriction. Don't be in a rush. Take a moment for the breath to turn and then do your deep exhalation. Keep on sitting tall, and I'll just tell you a little bit about this, okay? So, about the word, the terminology, pranayama is breath exercise or life force exercises. Prana, the idea of prana, that's life force. You might have heard about it as chi in other traditions, or energy, that's the whole idea. But it's also breath, because pranayama is mostly breath exercises that then are meant to stimulate the energy flow in the body. Whether you believe it or whether you like all that thought, that visualization, I suppose, I don't care. Just practice it and see what it does to you. So I'll just put it out there so that you know. So that's pranayama. Ujjayi is that particular one that we do here. Ujjayi means uprising, or also victorious. So it's meant to rise prana up, to uplift you. And it's victorious. I like that about it. You know, you rock, okay? So, you still keep doing, are you still breathing Ujjayi Pranayama like? It takes some time to get the hang of it. I hear a lot of people at first doing it really loudly and then get all, oh, I can't breathe enough. No, it's just a little restriction. You keep it very, very regular, very easy, like waves. Sound a bit like waves as well, or like Darth Vader, right? You keep on practicing, because here, sitting whilst you entertain at the same time, it's a very safe place to practice it. You're expected to do Ujjayi Pranayama in your posture practice if you practice Vinyasa Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, all those more energetic yoga styles that connect breath and movement. You're expected to do this. It won't kill you if you don't do it, but it does take your practice to a whole different level. So Practice it now where you just sit, and then it'll be easier to combine it with the movement. Now, to the why we do it. I told you earlier to remember the heat, right? So Ujjayi Pranayama is very warming. Nasal breath already is warming because the breath gets warmed up whilst it's through the nose, rather than mouth breath that is cooling. So breathing through the nose warms you up, and we want that natural heat for the yoga practice, for the asana posture practice, because then you get just that little bit deeper into it. You might be able to stretch deeper to create more space in tight areas, and also you fire everything up, quite literally. Not like literal fire, but you heat everything up. So everything gets, like the digestive system, everything just runs a little bit more efficient. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason in posture practice, for example, because we, as I said, connect the movement and the breath. Are you still doing your Ujjayi? Come on, practice, practice. That's what we're here for. I'm just talking. You practice. So you connect your movement with your breath, and you want your movements to be slow and fluid. So in order to have the time for a big move, you need to breathe slow to be able to connect them, right? So let's say for an inhalation, you move your arms all the way from down all the way to up. And then as you exhale, you go into a complete forward fold. That takes time. So having less air flowing through your windpipe at one time allows you to elongate the breath. So you spend more time inhaling. You spend more time exhaling. The slow breath is relaxing as well, so it calms you down. And again, you're able to connect it with the movements better. Another reason for Ujjayi Pranayama is the sound. So it sounds a bit like Darth Vader, the ocean, you name it. And it's a reminder for you to breathe. Because once you don't hear it anymore, something's missing, right? Oh yeah, my breath. So it's like a reminder. Sometimes in class you hear the teacher say, oh, inspire your neighbor to breathe. There is a limit though to how loud you want to make it. I notice that beginners usually breathe louder in their Ujjayi, and then after a while it becomes a little bit more gentle. But it's always audible for yourself. I think that's all I have about Ujjayi Pranayama. If you've got any questions, by all means, please ask them. Give it a try. Practice Ujjayi Pranayama. And thank you for watching. Now you can breathe normally again. Namaste. Oh, and don't forget to be awesome.